Is it past 15?
Oh, little.
Wow. I've had an acid trip like that. Okay. Oh, I run it myself? Okay. What up? What up? I like your mouth. Hey! Shit, I run it myself. Wow! Oh my god, guys, thank you for showing up. I'm really bummed out because I or I have some crystal that's falling out of my inner ear. So I don't like sitting down like that, so let me sit up a little. Yay. Alright. So I'm gonna fall. But I'm falling for you. That's not gonna work. I'm gonna stand. Just sitting seems so stupid. So listen guys, I'm really bummed because when I talked to the organizers here and all that, I said, listen, there's this panel that I do. It's really great. I do like a Twitter contest, and then I give out DVDs or whatever you call them, and then there's questions, and then I play videos, and they don't have a computer, so there's no videos here tonight either. So there's all this stuff that is interactive and all of that, and it fills up the time, and then you also ask questions, and everyone leaves smiling. They've been to Disneyland. And we did that last night.
I was there.
You were there, so you got the experience. Tonight, it's just flesh and blood to flesh and blood. So, whatever you want to ask, we'll talk. And listen, it can be about the games, it can be about stuff you think I know about, and I'll bullshit. Or you can ask about other stuff that doesn't really matter. So, but let me give you a little quick overview of who I am beyond what you know. I'm assuming most of you are here because of either, let's hear actually from a round of applause so we get an idea. Who's here because of Resident Evil Albert Wesker? Who's here because of Legion Mass Effect? Legion rocking the house! Okay. Who's here for Chase from Transformers Rescue Bots? Who's here for the Master from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the first video? You lied! You had no idea. That was the first video game I ever did. And that was, I guess, like 2000 or 1999, something like that. I got a call saying they needed to get someone to voice match. I got into like this weird thing where I started to voice match people for like quick little lines. So like, I've done like Kevin Spacey for one line in the Santa Claus or whatever. I did Val Kilmer doing 50 Minutes of Fame, soup cans, artist, Andy Warhol. So I did like a scene of his lines because he was on another film, so they brought me in, and I voice matched him doing Andy Warhol. You know, so weird shit like that. And so this game calls, and they wanted me to match the guy who played the Master had to sort of kind of retired from acting and moved away to Montana. So, and they were offering good money because it was video games. And this was actually when they really didn't offer good money for video games. I think it was like $400 job. And I went to, and they had a recording booth inside an office building in Century City. And I go in there, they play a little bit of him. I mean, they only had like, I think 2 lines of him. And I had to voice match this guy. And I didn't know until I got there, I'm voice matching this guy. So, and he's the Master from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I never watched the show. I hear it was really cool. And I really, Josh Whedon, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna undress. But I'm sweaty. What does he say? Oh, so many like Firefly. Fuck, what a wonderful show. So I admire him, but I never saw the show. But anyway, you can come in. It won't hurt. So I go in there and I do it, and I kind of do it the best I can. It's kind of funny since this is so like, you know, when I drink Coors. But no, I was gonna say, what was he saying? Oh fuck, hang on, we're gonna get to questions. I know it's a Q&A. Fuck you, it's my show. Josh Whedon, voice match. They're doing the lines. You said Firefly? Firefly. Oh, yeah, now it's just like, you know, Timothy Leary, okay. I don't remember, but I will say this, though. It was a fun gig. I got paid, you know, kind of cheaply on it, but it didn't matter because it was something new I had not done before. And it comes out, and of course nobody cares because that was a time when video games were not, they had like, you guys had not exponentially grown to the place that you have grown now. And I know this is a combo of video games and anime. And my anime stuff was the same thing. I did Ippo
No way. You did Hajime no Ippo?
Yes, I did for like a season or something for Fighting Spirit and then a couple other things, and it was like a show. Well, I started doing him, and then I ended up doing the coach. Somehow they switched me over, and I don't even remember the voice, but I know one like this, and the other one's just my voice.
Yeah, the old man.
And and we pretty much did him like Rocky. But the thing was, is you guys don't know this, but it's like we do these gigs not for the love. I mean, ultimately we do it because we love that we're being actors, but we do it for also we need money. We need to pay rent, you know, or mortgage if you get a house, whatever. And so I was, you know, at the time I didn't have a lot of things going on, and this company wanted me to come and do audition for these anime. So for $67.50 an hour, you're replacing the Japanese voices for these things. And I went, that's a shitty rate, but I don't have anything else at the moment, I'll go in and I'll do it. So I do like several of these episodes and all that, and we're done. And then a year later, I'm rambling, but anyway, so a year later I get a call and he says, I go, okay, when should you come back to the next season? I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't do voiceover for $67.50 an hour. Oh my God. And I didn't even know about cons and all of this stuff. Had I known, I would have thought differently about it. I went, well, you know, I do like to travel, so. So I said no to it, and they were so pissed. He goes, I want to take your name off the credits. He goes, and all this. And I go, listen, if I was supposed to be in your series, you should have had a contract for a series. But they wouldn't do that because they don't look at voiceover actors for doing the dubbing on these anime things as anything but like another clerical thing. It's like, okay, we got to make sure that the copyrights are cleared and music is cleared and they get the voices into English cleared. You know, it's not like but if it was a movie, such as, I don't know, any kind of movie where they have ADR, you're going in and just doing background vocals, you don't even know the characters, they pay you so much better, and they give you residuals for that and all of that, and the work you're doing there is less. It is nominal compared to what you're doing when you're replacing the voices of characters in anime stuff. So that's why I stopped doing the anime things. Otherwise, had I known about you guys and these kinds of things, I would have done so much more of it. Okay, there you go. This is all in response to finding out that Steve Bloom got the Guinness Book of World Records for doing anime roles. And I went, oh, yeah, snap, you bitch. No, I love this guy. I love him. He is fucking talented. I'm going to swear. He's talented and he's a sweetheart, and I work with him on Transformers Rescue Bots, which is on the Hub, Saturdays, buy the toys, because we want a second season. Okay. So stuff about me, in case you don't know, came to LA in '85 to be a film and TV actor, and then spent 5 years doing horrible theater, and then improv, and horrible improv, and then I got a recurring on an NBC show called Boston Common in the 90s, I'd say Boston Common, which is by the producers who ended up going to do Will and Grace afterwards, Max did. And I was playing DC, the character DC. I came on for one line, and then I sent them a basket, and they were new to producers as well. So they were like, oh my God, thanks for the basket and all that. If we come back, we'll have you back on the show. I'm like, yeah. I'm off to Europe, buddies. And so I went to Europe and I came back and I got picked up for 6 episodes. They had me back, and each week they'd find a role for me. It was not like they said you're going to do each episode. It was like they came joke. I would buy them another gift saying thank you for this role. And I ended up buying them like pencils that say, because it took place at a college, I buy them pencils going, how many classes can DC take? And so the first pilot I did, I was like Henry. The next episode I did, I had a character name, but by the end of the week they changed it to DC. And then for the 6 episodes, they kept having me coming back. I was DC, and I did 4 more episodes the following season, and they were canceled. And I spent on the residuals, so it was horrible. So that's that, and then so I do a lot of film and television. This last year I've done like 10 gigs, it's been great. But usually small roles or odd roles. I was a gay man on NCIS LA. Yeah, baby! Actually, I'm not really gay. I was a terrorist pretending to be gay.
It's okay.
All right. I got off some bullets before they killed me. So that kind of stuff. I also do film shorts on my own. The Crooked Eye on iTunes. Get it? The Crooked Eye on iTunes. And then I did some other stuff before that. And then I do a lot of weird political stuff. I got in trouble with the Tea Party. Fuck that. TeaPartyPSA.com. Look it up. And then of course there's video games and anime stuff and all of that. So that's kind of a very general and slightly slurred background about me. It's a Q&A, right?
Yeah.
So we should open up to questions.
Yes.
All right, let's do it. Let's start with the first girl who raised her hand. She's got a leaf on her arm.
Where's an ivy? Did it straight?
Woo!
I
I start off with pissing off the people. Right? I can't believe you're all here. This is so wild.
Because we all love you.
Thank you for being here. That's really cool of you all.
Actually have part A and part B to a question.
Okay. I need a press guy.
I can hear the Wesker in your voice, but I can't hear the Legion. What did you do to distort your voice aside from like the?
I was gonna say
like
it would be effects.
Yeah.
here's the Legion voice. This is how amazing they are. See if I can remember. Again, apple martini, very strong at the motel bar. Does this human have a soul? But that's me rolling out of bed and just clearing out the club. And the beauty, I would say the beauty of doing that role was that the first, in Mass Effect 2, Ginny McSwain was the director on it, voice director on it. And so we get the page and she moves like this. She's like, bada, 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 bada. She's like, okay, first line, let's get this. So you're a computer, it's like HAL, but a little more emotion, whatever. And so I do a line, she's like, yes, that's good. No, wait, let's hear it again. I do it again. She's like, a little more of this. I'm like, ah. And she's like, great, let's move on. And so we're like 3 pages in, and in 3 pages we started to hit kind of a rhythm with it. And then she's like, it got a little lower. It wasn't as, I think I had him a little more pussy-ish. And so, then we got a little more down here. And then she's like, oh no, that's what it is. So we went back to the first page and re-recorded everything. So, which is fine. No, hey, they're paying me. The beauty of it is like they're kind of writing as they go. So you have, there's so much to the storyline. So you record that. Maybe you finish it, maybe you don't. They try to pack in some. She moves fast. She's admirable about that. But even if you don't finish, then they pick you up for the next session. You always do it 4 hours at a time, kind of thing. Because you can't. If you do 8 hours, your voice cannot stay consistent. And so I would come back, and but it was a neat evolution. But the effects they put on it make it so much. What I do love about it is the slight intonation differences to give humor, attitude, and all of that. That you can have that in a thing. And it's funny. I'm drunk, I'm sorry, I'm gonna try to be this quick. Okay, so it's funny in that she became the voice casting director for Transformers Rescue Bots. I didn't know this. I sent in my auditions from my agency. And this is one of those things, oh, I suck? Do I suck? I suck, don't I? No. No? Okay. You gotta go then, because you guys look awesome. Bye. What was cool is she's a casting director on that, so I sent in the audition, and I work with him, she puts me in the short list for that and sends it in. And of course it's a robot as well, an Autobot. And again, that was one of those things, it was, the direction was they wanted a dragnet, so it was whatever you say, sir. I believe you were going past the speed limit, blah, 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 that kind of thing. We get in there, by the end of the second episode, then it's like, I don't understand why we're doing this. There's all this other, they always think they don't want emotion, and ultimately they want personality, especially for a series and that kind of thing. So, Mass Effect 3, one last thing. The Mass Effect 2, that was the description. Mass Effect 3, different director from Canada. But because if you let me die in Mass Effect 2, you get a...
didn't let you die. Hold on a second.
Oh, that's right, it's the Mass Effect audience. It's fun, usually it's Resident Evil. So, but here's the thing, so if you let me die, the Legion you meet in 3 is kind of cold and snippy. So we had to record these cold and snippy lines, and the wording is different. And then we have these neutral lines, which could play for either. Or if you kept me alive in Mass Effect 3, you get your old friend back. And so it's warmer and all of that. And I think personally, if you kept me alive in Mass Effect 3, your experience with me through my, however short storyline, but it's so much more emotive and touching. If you didn't keep me, if I'm the new guy, the new Geth, the new Legion, it's touching, but it's not as touching, because obviously you didn't give a shit about me. Questions?